Hey there, welcome to our LinkedIn automation training. This is going to be a much more in-depth follow-up to what I taught on the national stage last week at convention. It was a very well-received training. Had nothing to do with me, quite frankly. I know what people want because I want it. Anytime you're talking about automation, especially when it comes to recruiting, people geek out. And that is what this program allows for. It has, I would say, consistently earned me 4 to 6 recruits pretty much on autopilot every single month since I joined, which I freaking love. We are going to do Q&A and all that sort of stuff, so I do want to keep it informal. This recording is going to be, the intention is to walk through John Bobness and Rebecca Jones, their account, so you can actually see a setup, and I will share the recording with you. I'm an open book, especially if you guys sign up through that link. Can you share the link after? Yes, I will. But please, the only way I even get remotely compensated is for you guys to go through the two links that I have, and I'll make sure you have that. First one, LinkedIn Drips. The second is I'll actually send you a 2-month free trial for Sales Navigator. So the two things you have to have, and for everyone, it's not for everyone because there is money involved. It is what it is. So even if that's not a thing you can do right now, I applaud you for being here because you can grow into it. I for sure would do this. This is by far my #1 recruiting strategy that anybody can do. Total cost is around $140, $150 a month to month. You're not signing a contract or anything crazy like that a lot of lead gen companies want you to do. So Dripify, just so you know, before we kind of take a screen share of it, that is the gist of what I teach. That is the automation for the program. That is going to be where you design a drip, and then it's going to go drip on all the leads that you import. It could be a 1-day drip. It could be a 6-month drip. Like, it's really, really cool. It tees up conversations for us. Sales Navigator, I think, is $75 a month. That is done through LinkedIn. That is going to be your lead store. That is where you get all of your leads. So I do use it a lot. Could there be a workaround where someone already has maybe several hundred people on their LinkedIn account that you're acquainted with? Probably. You probably could get by with that for right now. I'm not 100% sure, but eventually you're going to need it either way. The cool thing about Sales Navigator, if there was a way not to pay the $75 a month, I would. I haven't been able to figure that piece out. That allows you to get really, really granular. So like I can type in, I'll use Denise. I could type in, if I'm trying to help build a sales organization in Fort Walton Beach, no one do this, I'm giving insider information. I could go to Sales Navigator, type in Fort Walton Beach, type in solar professionals who have been selling solar for over a year that aren't affiliated with Power. It's going to pull up 672 names. I grab that link and I add it to Dripify. Those 672 leads in Fort Walton Beach selling solar for over a year, not affiliated with Power, are now in my program. They're going to be dripped on. Like, talk about $75. Like, as much as I hate paying it, I can't argue with it. Like, it's endless. Where I'm excited to have other soldiers doing this with me is right now it's just been me. I've teased this a lot. Not many people have raised their hand. I don't know if it's because of the fee, they don't understand it, whatever. It is what it is. Where I'm excited is I'd like to put a mastermind together where maybe we're meeting every 2 weeks. So some of the drips I'm doing, obviously I target solar sales. I want people to get paid. When you bring over a solar sale, it's not like the rest of us on this call, I think, other than Rich, where we got to teach the language of sales. Like, I got to show Denise and Dane how to go do this because we're brand new to it. A solar pro, I just had a conversation with, just recruited one. He's already selling 5 deals a month. He's like, dude, how do I get to tier 2? I already have clients I want to run. Like, it's a different conversation. It's low-hanging fruit. So you can target that, and I would encourage you to. The second, and I'm going to be really transparent and share everything, I'm targeting real estate professionals. So I can do that same search, Fort Walton Beach real estate agents. Here's an insider tip. I want to target real estate agents that are already used to our model. I target EXP and KW. I want low-hanging fruit. I am targeting car sales. Car sales are getting punished right now. They're already used to working 7 days a week. They're used to talking to clients. I haven't cracked that code, which is why I'm excited for someone to steal it, because then we can come back and fix the drips and see where we're missing it. I'm targeting HVAC. I'm targeting roofers. I've just now started sprinkling painters, but it's endless. Like, we can get really, really granular. And why I share that with you is my messaging is going to be different for each group. And I think this is where I really got people's attention. If I'm targeting Dane, who's a solar pro, that initial message on that solar pro drip reads something, "Hey Dane, Aaron here. I'm so excited to connect. Looks like you're killing it in the solar game. I can't wait to learn and grow with you and from you. It's always great to connect with fellow entrepreneurs in the solar space. Make it a great day." If you think for a second Dane gets that message today and he's not accepting my friend request, you're crazy. Versus it being generic, "Hey, this is Aaron. Great to connect with you on LinkedIn." He doesn't know me. I just lifted that dude up, said he's a solar pro and he might not even be, right? And so I tailor all of those groups. My car sales, same thing. "Hey, it's always great to connect with people in the car game. I got the utmost respect for you. I think that's the only other field outside of real estate that grinds as much as we do. I can't wait to learn from you." If you think they're not accepting that, you're crazy. And so I'm able to get really, really granular with those two programs. Any questions from the bird's eye view on that?
And
Okay,
that
cool.
140 to 150, was that
Yeah, it's
both, or is that
so,
just in the one program?
For both. I'm pretty sure the and I should have had that. I'm pretty sure the Sales Navigator is 75 or 79 a month. And then I think my program is either 60 or 70.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, once again, they're both month to month. I don't have a workaround for not using both, and unless we're able to import those initial leads that you already have in your thing, you'd be slowing yourself down. You really need both. The Sales Navigator, if you allow me to send you a link for those that are interested at the end, I have a 2-month trial for that, which is dope. So you want to talk about cheating the system. Like you could, and this is recording, that sucks, but you could go upload you could upload 10,000 leads, 20,000 leads and cancel it in 2 months if you really wanted to. Which would be pretty cool. And you probably could save 75. That's not the way I necessarily think. So I haven't done that, but you definitely could. I think that Dripify allows you to import 25 leads per setting per time. So like when I upload some, I'll do 10,000, 12,000 in a day, just in different groups. But yeah, great question. Okay, cool. So let's jump in. Let me share my screen. And then John, as soon as you get her, I really wanted to show this on your account just to save you guys a bunch of time. Can you guys
it's a couple seconds, dude. Sorry,
cool.
she's wrapping.
Can you guys see my screen? Is it the Dripify screen?
Yes.
Okay. I am using a giant monitor, man, and it makes it so hard to like see people when I do it. So it's kind of flying dark, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is my homepage. Once again, for those that sign up, please use the link. My hands are tied. If you don't, not much I can do. I won't be able to see anything. You obviously can go into settings, but I want to give you a bird's eye view of what the program looks like. So I keep this screen open on my desktop all day, every day. It's on my Mac, it's on my iPad. They don't have an app out of this time. I wish they did, but I keep it open in a browser. So the way this reads right now is my connection request. I have my program set out to send 63 connection requests or friend requests for those of us on Facebook. Same idea, it's just on LinkedIn. One other thing I'll share on LinkedIn too, the reason I got started 4 years ago, I had read, I think it was in a Forbes article, the average user on LinkedIn makes $100,000 a year. That blew my mind. I don't even know. I haven't been able to find the source since, but either way, it's ingrained in my mind, and I have that mantra. And so why I share that with you is I love hanging out with talented people. I love hanging out with business owners, like many of you on this call who are on my team. The conversations are different. It's high level. I do not run into the objection, "Dane, I don't have $185 to start this. I love it. Let me hit you back after Christmas." Not to say you won't, but typically I don't, because the average user is making 6 figures. That is a pool that I freaking want to play in. It just is. And then when you add the Sales Navigator, where I can get granular with my leads that I add in, I could target solar pros that have been in the game for 10 years. If you're a solar pro, been doing it for 10 years, you're making a living from it, most likely. Like you can get really, really granular. No other platform, Facebook included, which I love. I know John does a lot of his recruiting there, allows you to do that. So it's a lot of sorting and shifting and sifting through. I don't have to do a lot of that on LinkedIn, which is great. So that's why I'm there. So my program is set up to do 63 friend requests. Once we get Bob Nisses, I'm going to set his account. If you're not active on LinkedIn, we're going to make this number lower. We don't want to go to LinkedIn jail. If John right now, I don't think he does a ton on LinkedIn. Facebook has been his main one. He can correct me if I'm wrong. If he went out and sent out 63 requests today, they're going to think it's a bot, which it is, and they're going to flag his account. So we're going to start smaller, probably in that 40 range, but this is what we can grow into. So 63 friend requests happen every single day, 7 days a week, without me touching it, my friends. Without me touching it. Like that is mind blowing. I'm sending out 10 connection requests via email. I don't pay a big note to that. I'd rather do it through the platform. I don't have a great response, but they do have that. I'm sending out 112 automatic messages every single day, 7 days a week with my name on it. Guys, I can speak for John right now. I appreciate him not coming off mute so we can go through this quickly until he has questions. Everything he's doing on Facebook is manual. He, for one, can't send out 112. If he did it, it would take him 5-6 hours. To be able to have that teed up for you on autopilot, even when I'm teaching this class, it's going to fire. I'll refresh this in a minute and you'll see it. Over here, I've already done 8 of those 112 today already. So that's what that number means. I've already sent out 7 of the 63 total. And then I have mine set up to view 85 profiles. The way LinkedIn works, it's not great if you want to be an undercover stalker. Like if you want to stalk an ex or something, every person on LinkedIn, when someone views your profile, you get an email saying, Denise just viewed my profile. That is why I do it. So it's intentional. They're like, wow, Aaron sent me a friend request. I didn't respond yet, but he also viewed my profile. Like, who's this Aaron guy? And it gives them a link right back to your profile. Like, it's pretty freaking amazing. It tracks all your stuff here. So right now I have 615 pending invitations out. I like to keep that number below 1,000. You can go in and mass delete. We'll do that another day. I currently have 26 unread messages. My profile views, and this most likely is because I was out of town last week, is down 6% from last week, which is still a really high number, but I'll take it. So these are the campaigns that I'm running over here. Before I go to that, one other thing I really, really love is the ease of use. I probably spend 10 to 20 minutes a day on this to average 4 to 6 recruits. Once it's set up, of course. And what I do, my rhythm is I look at this just to make sure everything's firing. I spend 20 seconds. I go over here to inbox. And then what I love about this feature compared to using the native LinkedIn program is I sort by unread. So if I have 10 minutes a day, I want to respond to these 26 messages. By the way, this was cleared yesterday. I have 26 unread messages in 24 hours. Like that, guys and gals, like that is what this is all about. It is teeing up conversation. Some of these are going to be F off, leave me alone. Others are thanks for the friend request. And it's just me having to go in and just touch it. But I did want to show you guys that. Let me go back to the campaigns real quick. So here you can sort by campaigns. I like to get mine as specific as possible. So for the most part, I sort mine by state or region, like I use for Dane and Denise of Fort Walton Beach. You can get really granular and use the city. I primarily do state just for ease of use, but I think the more specific you get, the better you are because your content. So I'm running one, and hopefully you guys don't all go steal every single location. I'm running one in Illinois for Solar Pros. That's one of my favorite states right now because of the SREX. Just so you guys know, I've done nothing on the West Coast. I've done probably as far west as Illinois. So a lot of those are wide open. A lot of the SREX stuff you'll see I have been running. Not to say you can't. There's more than enough to go around. But just know, like if you're where Bobness is on the West Coast, it's wide freaking open. Like I haven't touched it. I would run these where you really want to build. I would get targeted on that. Part of the reason I don't do the West Coast is I know Bobness can handle it too. I don't want to answer a lot of phone calls for John Bobness when it's 6 o'clock his time, 9 o'clock my time. Like that, we have built businesses together. It's a pain in the ass. Like it really, really is. And it's not his fault. It's just it's my fault where I live. And so same thing. If I'm having to mentor a lot of those deals, they want a 7 o'clock. That's a 10 o'clock at night one for me. So I don't concentrate a lot there. So I would challenge you guys, don't be selfish. If it's an area you really can't service, you can't run, do the right thing. Let someone else do it. By the way, go recruit that person. Go recruit a John Bobness. Because now if John Bobness, thank God, is going to go do the states I don't want to do, I still win. He wins and I win, and I wasn't selfish. Hopefully you guys get that. So I'm targeting Solar Pros in Illinois, Texas, Colorado, Ohio, Massachusetts. I'm doing one general bucket in the East Coast. I'm running a roofer East Coast, and then a real estate agent in the DMV area, and then car sales, I think, was Virginia. So you can see those are the 6 or 7 I'm running. There's no limit. You could have 100 of these things running. What I like about it, though, it breaks it down to where I can get real-time stats. So and I know I'm going fast. You can go back and watch this. My Solar Pro Illinois has a 24% acceptance rates. That means if I send out 100 requests, friend requests, let's use our common language, 24 of them are going to say yes. The other ones don't get responded to, or they say no, right? Versus if I go to my Solar Pro in Texas, I'm running at 28%. So what I love about this, I can go in there, and this is why I want help. This is part of the reason I'm paying it forward, is I want to look at John Bobness's account a week from now, and he's getting a 31%. I'm like, dude, he tweaked one little thing in that message that I missed. It's that growth. It's the exponential growth from all of us being able to see it. You can all start with my template, and then we go to ChatGPT and do with it. I wouldn't get too crazy because what I'm sharing flat works. But look down here. My Solar Pros Massachusetts is a 10% higher open rate. What is that message compared to some of the other ones? And I'm beta testing a lot, so I can tell you that one is completely different. But there's some skin here. There's something I said in here that's really, really high. Remember, that's cold leads. I don't know them. To have a 42% friend request acceptance rate is a massive, massive number. The next metric it tracks is the reply rate. How many are replying to the messages? You can see my best one here is in Massachusetts again. I have that one pretty dialed in. We're at almost a 14% reply versus my lowest is my roofer at 2.7, right? I'll share this with you. A lot of my roofers that I've found, and I can geek on this for a long time, many don't even have a photo set up on their profile. I think they created it, but many are solopreneurs. They don't know anything about business, so they don't know how to leverage the platform. So that's been a hard one for me to crack. And you can see my numbers show it. Really low acceptance, really low reply. I don't think they're using LinkedIn at a high level. Does that make sense? And the data, by the way, shows that. At least for me, shows that. Not going to give up on it, but it definitely does that. The other big one I'll show is real estate agents. Pretty good acceptance rate, not great, but really low reply rate. That is my weakest campaign, even though it's my language. I got to do better at dialing that in, and that's why I'm excited to build this out with you guys. Questions on that? Okay, cool. I'm going to click on let's go to Massachusetts. And once again, once Rebecca comes, we're actually going to build one out so you can see how easy it is. What I want to show you is the sequence. That is the actual drip.
Here, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, you are here. Sweet. Okay. Let me show this. And then Rebecca, if you can have your password set up for Dripify, go ahead and be logged in, and also Sales Navigator for John. Cool. Awesome. I don't want to lose anybody. Like, this was techie, but once I give you the template, it's so freaking easy. So please stay with me. Don't multitask on this. This is one of those, you set it up, other than fine-tuning language, it will run for the next 4 years for you, just like it does for me. And so this is the way I have mine. I actually think John's going to do his a little bit different. I am going to make him set up at least one like this. For those of you that haven't seen John and I kind of train together and bounce ideas, he is a lot more loving than I am. I love people, but he could spend an hour having a conversation with someone, just lifting them up, praising them, doing all that. That is a lot for me. That's just, it's not the way I'm wired. I'm really, really fast. So John's drips, he most likely will have some massive success that I don't have because of his nurturing side. So I share that with you, not only just to make fun of myself, but you can do this really, really fast like I do, or you can slow it down like John does. And I think he's going to have a lot of success because of that. My drip that I teach, and this is where I got a lot of feedback from convention, it's built fast. I'm trying to have fast conversations. I'm trying to sort very, very quickly. And so a lot of people who are using this for other companies, this drip that I go over could be a month-long drip. Mine's about 3 or 4 days. I am trying to sort. I am fired up for power. And so that's the way I have it built. You can tailor yours however you want. So this is Solar Pros Massachusetts. I'll click on here. My first message that goes out, and this is all code to where it has their name. So it's going to say, hey, Rebecca, looking forward to connecting. Always great to connect. Always great to network with professionals in the solar space. Make it a great day. Here's what's funny. This is my shortest message by far. The other ones are like paragraphs, like what John does. And this one, for whatever reason, has my highest acceptance rate. So maybe that intro one, because they're getting a lot of friend requests, has to be short and sweet. I don't know. That's what the data is telling me on this limited set, right? That's what's cool. We can see it. So this message works. So that is going to fire to those 63 leads that I put in this drip every single day, 7 days a week. You can tailor that however you want. I would steal that as a starting point because the data backs it up. 1 hour later, that was my cheesy voice that my son does, that he nailed it. 1 hour later, I'm going to endorse 3 of their skills. What I love about this, I believe in the law of reciprocity. Before I ask for anything, I'm giving unto that person, unto the world, unto the universe, whatever your belief is on that. And so every person, most people have a LinkedIn profile, they'll set up what they're good at. So Dane's going to have public speaking. He's going to have insurance. He's going to have real estate. He's going to have networking. He's going to have, I don't know, 15 to 20 things that he believes he's good at. This program is going to randomly endorse 3 to 5. So they accept my friendship. Many of them are doing it on their phone. They didn't go research me. They know nothing about me. Most won't even reply other than accept. An hour later, they're getting an email saying, John Bobden has just endorsed you for public speaking, for sales, for network marketing. That's pretty freaking cool. Most people, unless they're networkers, have very few endorsements. So this touch stands out and it happens automatically. I have nothing to do with it. It happens every single day, with or without me. 2 hours later, after that endorsement, so the friend request comes in, hour later, I'm endorsing. 2 hours later, 3 hours total time has elapsed. I'm sending my next message. Great to connect. Have you heard about Power? This one is a play that's much longer. My normal message I send out, it says, great to connect. Have you heard about Power? Short and sweet. This one, I was trying something different. So we'll have to look at the data. I wanted to drop this bombshell of a podcast episode right in your lap. Obviously, I use ChatGPT. I'm not creative. I recently had a chance to sit down with a true remote sales titan, a guy who's knocked out over 100 solar deals a year from his home office. If you're in the business of solar sales, it's essential that you listen to get the inside scoop on virtual selling and catapult your sales to stratospheric levels. Good God. You can't afford to pass up on this. To learn from the cream of the crop, check out the episode here. I root for your solar victories. Guys, it doesn't say my podcast. It's a podcast episode. So anyone here can do this. I'm giving to them. I get so many replies from this back where they flat out ignore the power question. And they're just like, dude, I got to get better remote sales. Thanks for sharing. Can't wait to check it out. I just got them in my universe. Like I'm telling you, it's John read a really good book, the Giver's Law, Giver's Gain or something. Forget what I'm messing up, but something along those lines. Same idea here.
The Go-Giver.
Go Giver, amazing book, but same idea. I'm giving something to them. Every other person is asking. I've endorsed them. Yes, I asked a quick question about Power, but I'm also giving them an episode that relates to them. I chose this episode because everyone's trying to get better remote sales. Like I've yet to meet a person that says, no, I prefer to go door to door. I know there's some out there, but that's just, it's usually not my target audience. Okay. Everyone's tracking with me. Hopefully that fires autopilot. 1 hour after that, the next message goes, and this is the sorting. That's why I get right to it. This is day one. Hey, John, are you open to dramatically increased commissions and stock options as we scale to $1 billion IPO? Truth be told, once in a while, they'll say no. I literally pause the drip for them. I'm not here to change them. If I'm fired up, I might try. But if they're saying no to increased commissions and part of $1 billion IPO, they're not the right fit for my business. That's my personal stance. Any of you guys that want to work a little harder and sort through that, by all means, do it. You're all independent contractors. That is a litmus test, if you will. I'm trying to see how business savvy they are. Sometimes, 10% of the time they'll fire back, I'm not sure what you mean. It's still a little bit of a red flag because I think that's a pretty clear question, but I'll lean in a little bit more on those. Most of the time they're like, dude, hit me. What the hell is that? Like, yes. How do I get that? What is an IPO? It's a conversation starter. This is the number one sorting question I ask. Everybody tracking with me on that? Cool. Every drip I do has a variation of that. Like that question that has recruited a majority of my people. You can't skip to it. I got to give to get their attention. So there's something that's important, but that is the gist of it. 3 hours after that, another message auto fires, because I'm presuming the way this drip is written that they said yes to that question. Once in a while, that drip will fire and someone said no, and they're like, dude, stop spamming me. All good. It's a numbers game, my friends. You're going to get those messages. Nothing you can do. I look at those messages as I did my job. If you're not getting a message or two a day saying, leave me alone, you're not talking to enough people. And you got to have thicker skin for that. So this one, all of this is stolen from Bobby. This is more of a John Bobden script, right? And John knows I mean it with love. Has a lot of information. Some people love this. For me, it was too much, and I fought it for the longest time. This message works. It gives our stats. It gives articles where we're published. It gives peer reviews. It gives some people that we've recruited from other companies. And I have embedded a video from our app that I think it's my video that has the 21-minute, who we are, to where I can track it. So that's going to auto fire. A lot of times I will skip this step and I'll actually have a conversation when they answer back to that stock money question. That is where I channel my inner Bobness. And I'll be like, look, John, it's awesome you said it, man. I'm here to target business owners like yourself. I'm going to send you a video right now that changed my life. And that's where I'll manually message. And you're going to see a real example of that. If I don't feel like it, I'm at convention, I don't have time, I'm running a home show like Dane and Denise this weekend, I'll push play on the drip, and at least they're getting something where they're not waiting for me. That's why I built it in. We cool on that? Okay. 1 day later, now I slow down. If I have not had a conversation with them, chance of me getting them is next to none. 1 day later, I'm going to like a post on their wall. The program does it for me. And then 1 day after that, I can't see that far down, it follows them. And that's my Hail Mary. My drip ends after that. So it is a 2-day drip. You can tailor the speed however you want, but this is flat out worked. Questions on that? So this is why I said it's a little bit techy, but once you build this first drip, all I do now is copy the drip and I go from Solar Pro Massachusetts to real estate agents. I'm subbing out Solar Pro to fellow real estate agent. Like we can get as easy as we want. The steps always stay the same for me. I'm just changing the language. I personally believe the steps are like they're perfect. As much as I could ever say marketing is perfect, it just really works. The flow on it's really good. Yes, John.
Quick question. You said you track that video that you embed. I mean, I use that Energize app too, obviously, but I'm then having to input everybody individually so that I can know that this person's name did that. How are you doing that at scale? Or is it just a generic, like, okay, I know somebody from LinkedIn clicked it?
Yeah, great question. So it is generic, and that's why I prefer to have the one-on-one, but there are times, I'm telling you, your days get away from you. I want them getting something. And so I do use that. The way I did that was I went to our app, and if anyone needs our app, we can give it to you. I created a LinkedIn Solar Pro Massachusetts lead. So that's my lead. I grabbed that video, I add it to this campaign. So I don't know who clicked on it from that campaign, but I wake up every day saying Solar Pro Massachusetts just watched a video. Roofer Florida just watched the video. I don't know who it is, but I know my campaigns are working. When I do it the right way, which was my intention, where I have that one-on-one conversation, I'm adding John Bobness, and I'll show you how I do it. I add him to the app on my desktop. I grab that unique video and I send it to him through this program. So now I get John Bobness just watch that video. But I want to have a safety net in. So if someone really wants hands off, you can still win with this. And that's the way I have it built. Yes, Rich.
So obviously, just given your personality and your style, you're hitting them right in the mouth. 2 days in and out, they're in or they're not. Any thought about adding like a longer drip campaign after that, like people that don't qualify right away or aren't interested right away, maybe just send them out a month later, 2 months later, kind of thing?
You absolutely should, man. Where on the days I have time where I'm better, and I'm not talking absolute now because I don't do it all the time. That podcast, I know people are gonna say it's yours. That's why I get it. I rarely say mine. Depending on who I'm talking to, if it's an ego thing, I will. I normally say, dude, I watched this episode. I'll go back and I'll go through my inbox here. I'll grab an episode like the Wally one. The feedback was through the freaking roof because he shared his closing scripts. I'll go through and be like, Rich, I know it's been a minute, man. I just watched this episode. The nugget dropped on closing. I had to share it with you. Hope you have a great day. I'm doing it manual. But yeah, if you had a month long where a year long, once a month, you dropped like a podcast or a video. Here's the thing with solar that I'm realizing. That's why I did the podcast. It's a pain in the butt, a lot of work, a lot more work than I ever thought. No one else is doing it. Like I'll speak for Dane and Denise because they're newer like I am. It's hard to go find resources. Like we're having to figure this crap out ourselves. And so a lot of people, when you share that episode or any episode that spoke to you, they're blown away. And once again, now you're that resource. Especially because you guys know the way I play. If you're like, oh, I would for sure say my business partner's podcast. Incredible. Check out this episode. They're like, dude, it's your business. Oh, 100%. Yeah, man. We're building this thing out together. Like you leverage me however you need to.
Cool.
Yeah. Great question. Okay. I'm going to go back to the inbox real quick, and then we're going to actually go build one. So I always, once again, this is just me. I want to knock out what I have to do first. If I have more time to do what Rich just add about dripping on other people, I will. I need to get more purposeful, and then maybe one of you guys build out that year-long drip for us, and we go from there. But I sort by unread every single day. This is what I do literally the first thing in the morning when I start my day, usually around 9:15. So I'm going to click on it, and you're going to see some people be really rude. I want to show you the truth. It is what it is. And you're going to see other people where it's a teed up conversation. So this person, Warner, I'm going to back up. So it said, hey, excuse me, Warren, I apologize. Looking forward to connecting. Always great to connect with professionals in the solar space. This person came, it tells you the campaign on the right. They came from my generic one on the East Coast. So he accepted me, did not write back. That's why you don't see a text. Hour later, my drip fired. Have you heard of Power? I told you that's my go-to. Normally it's much shorter. He still did not respond. I then hit him back with, are you open for increased commissions? He finally, that one got his attention. And he said, I have heard of Power. My friend is already with y'all. This is a bad one because I'm recording. I'm not stopping there. I recruit people that have friends in Power every single day. If they have had meaningful conversations, I will back off, but I will not leave that right here, like at all. At all. If that person, the way I believe, if that person was really a good friend, he would have already had him here at Power. So that you guys take your ethics on how you want to do it. If they've sent them videos, I'm hands off at that point, but I'm going to dig on that. I'm not going to do that right now because we are recording. So I'll go to another one. And if you guys want me to slow down, by all means do it. This was that generic message that fired. He came from Real Estate Agent Drip. All he wrote back was absolutely, like, it's great to connect. Here's the way the program is built that I'm going to share with each of you. Anytime someone responds, the drip auto pauses. I learned this in real estate. I don't want to fire something on someone if they ask me a question because I look like a bozo. Like, oh, I've heard of Power. Can you send me your link? And then the next text came out and said, hey, have you heard of Power? Like, you want to talk about losing someone very, very quickly. So it has these little, what's the word? Little catch-alls that are going to pause it. And so right now, anytime someone responds, and yes, it can be a pain because it's absolutely, that's not a great reason to respond, but the bot doesn't know if they had a meaningful question or not. So because of that, would you guys all agree? I want this drip to continue. So all I do right here is I push resume sequence. They're back on the drip. An hour from now, the next message fires. I didn't have to do anything other than push that button. I'll go to the next one. I already know by likewise, same thing. So this was a roofer. So I'm going to push what? Resume drip. Okay. I finally get my first no. So how's your day going? That fired. I was a variation of that same intro script. He accepted, which is ultimately what I want. No response. It then went into this one, a longer one. I'm trying out some new things. No response. Have you heard of Power? No response. Are you open to dramatically increase commissions? This person said, no, thanks. I will not sort that person out. Because I'm in a good mood and you guys are all here, I'll probably say something positive. Well, it's going to be a variation of some slapping in the face and some positive. That's just the way I roll. Watch this. You guys are going to laugh or think I'm a weirdo. Okay, so watch this. I've recruited people by this backstab message, and I know it's taped. It is what it is. Over here, I get all their information. So it pulls their email. Guys and gals, this is huge. Bobness, you like the app like I do, you now have the email to go add. Like all there, you're not searching for it. Like so freaking dope. It also says the company they're associated with, right? And then what drip. So all I wrote back, he's not interested in money. So to me, you must be the owner of your company. I know for a fact he doesn't own Sonova, but I'm going to fire to plant that seed. Dane gets it. So I said, must be honest. I've never heard that response before. You must be the owner of Sonova. Either way, I hope you crush it. That's me like backing off. I'm not here to chase him. Hope you crush the week. People will fire back. No, I'm not the owner. What made you say that? It started the conversation. I'm like, oh my gosh, because you said you didn't want to be part of a $1 billion IPO. It's because they didn't read it. They didn't freaking understand it. Does that make sense? So I will fire that. And all you do is push send. I'm not having to log into LinkedIn. It's all done through here. That fired from LinkedIn, though. They have no idea. Like, that's why I freaking love this program. I am not going to resume my drip. Once I do what Rich said, where I build out a year-long, or one of you guys do and share it with me, I would then add them to a year-long follow-up, most likely, just to have it done. But that person right now is done to me unless he or she responds, and it will be back in my inbox again. Make sense? Okay, let's do one more. So initial thing fired, she actually wrote back. So not just a generic, likewise, thanks. I'm doing great. Hope you are too. I've been interested. See, I freaking love this. I've been interested in renewable energy and the many ways of integrating into society's day-to-day life. I was reading through some of your profile highlights and was in awe. Oh, yes. Freaking love it. Based on the tone of your message, sounds like you may have something new in store. Dude, like, how freaking cool is that? John, come off mute for a second. Short answer, but you're on Facebook, man. We don't get messages like this.
Nope,
Like,
that's professional and incredible, and I can't wait to call that person.
yeah, freaking amazing. So I'm not going to do this right now. So I'm actually going to mark her unread, which is another thing I absolutely love. You can mark important. So if you want to follow up for later, you actually could. I sort by unread, so that's usually my go-to right there. Let me go back to unread. I wanted to show you one that was going to move us. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time on that. Okay, but does that give you guys a bird's eye view of what this thing is once it's set up? You're probably going to spend, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour setting up a few drips the first time. And then it's 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes per day going through either responding or resuming the drip. Like that is the gist of what I do every single day. Questions, comments on that? Okay, am I losing people? Am I going too fast? No. Okay, cool. I'm gonna, Rebecca, make you a co-host. If you can share your screen, let's start with Dripify. And I have not set up an account in a while, so I think it's the best way for you guys to see it. Once again, once you set yours up, you'll be able to go back to this. You can do it on 2 screens, however you want, and we can go through it. If you need additional help, obviously I'm here. Sorry, someone say something? Okay, Rebecca, let me make you a co-host. All right, you should have the keys to the castle.
Okay.
Okay, so John used the link, so he's on the trial, so he's getting this for free right now, which is awesome. I already know he'll be a paid user, especially once you spend the time to set it up. Let's go to settings over on the left.
Settings.
And I'm doing mine with you at the same time. Okay, so you're under John Bobness. Your preferred LinkedIn. I have Sales Navigator selected. See, choose contact over on the right. What does it give you? Okay, we'll have to come back to that one. Let's click on at the top banner underneath settings is limits and activity control. You guys are going to like this. Stay with me, please. So this is where it's recommending starting out really small. So like my first one, I'm looking at my account right now, my connection requests, those are friend requests. I have mine set at 66. I, for the most part, have never maxed it out. And so you do want to start small. John is not active on LinkedIn, I don't believe. Correct, John?
Oh, I think he is.
A little bit. I don't do it daily, and I
Okay,
definitely don't.
so if we're not doing it daily,
Definitely
I'm gonna view that just for dumbing it down as we're not active on this. That's gonna be most people on this training call. Let's keep that number. I would say around 15. And then I'm kind of weird just because they do analyze it. So like I do 12, I do 13. Like that's why my number is 66 and not like, you know, an even number. Will it let you do that?
No, it won't let me change it.
Okay, click. It says the range with a mark there. What does it say? Oh, because you're on LinkedIn activity control. So they're trying to ensure the gradual growth. So that is what they're recommending.
Gotcha.
If you wanted to bump that one up, you absolutely could. I rather John get a few results because I know he has been on LinkedIn. Yeah. So keep that. Let's do like 12.
Okay.
But this is important. Like we don't want you to go to LinkedIn jail. So we are going to go slow here. I would leave the connection request by email where their default was. The messages, let's push the limit a little bit. Let's go to like 8 or 9. And then next week we're going to come back in and we're going to up this. We'll probably up it another 20% with the goal, you know, end of the month to be, or next month to be kind of where I'm at. So it is going to be slow at first, unfortunately. End mails, let's leave that as default. Profile views, that's the easiest thing for us to do, the bot to do. So I would up that. Let's do that at 11 or 12. And so what this means for people setting this up, if John starts the drip today and you know, the third part of the drip was to do a profile view, and he added 1,000 leads. Because he can only do 12 a day, the other 970 leads are stuck until tomorrow. So it is going to be very, very slow in the beginning, but we got to take baby steps to kind of see where we are. Endorsements, let's bump that a little bit. I think 11 or 12 again. Likes is very easy to do. I'd bump that a little bit. Let's do like 7 or 8. And then followings, I'd get a little bit more aggressive, probably 14, 13, somewhere around there. 15 works too. Okay, there should be a save button. I think that orange button. I can't see it on mine.
Yeah.
Click on working hours. John, just come off mute if you have a question, buddy.
Yeah, real quick. Do you know how long you end up in LinkedIn jail? Because I know how long in Facebook jail, because I've done that.
Yeah, I've done it too. I never got caught on LinkedIn.
Do you
So I
know
think
the
if we're-
numbers, or are you just kind of guessing a little bit? I'm just curious.
Yeah, well, they gave the parameters of what they see. And so the only ones we tweaked were like 2 of them where I pushed the upper threshold. So I've never had anyone who's using it. I've never been caught on it. If you did, I would guess it's probably 24 hours to a week.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
It's probably similar to
quick,
Facebook.
Not to divert from this real quick, but John, how many? I've heard different scenarios of if you do more than 120 or 110. I've heard different numbers on Facebook. And then how long is Facebook? Excuse me, Facebook jail.
You know, I don't know if it's the same for everybody, because I hear some people complaining about days and days. Mine usually is an hour or 2. And
Mine was 7 days.
I go to Facebook jail about every 3 days.
And based on how many requests are you sending out? What's your max, or what's it? Because there's different numbers I've heard, so I don't know what's right or wrong.
I would guess it's in the 200 to 300 range.
If you guys don't mind, I am taping this. I want to keep it centered to this.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries. Sorry.
Okay, so the hours here. So obviously you guys are on Los Angeles time. My template right now, and in fact, I'm gonna give you 2 variations of this. Chris Hart is running this as well. I have mine set to go. I want to use various times. So if you are a real person checking LinkedIn, most of us aren't robots where you're doing it like I'm at 9 o'clock every morning like Dane. It's unrealistic. So I have mine. Monday is 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Let's go ahead and use my defaults for now. You guys can change them. 8 a.m. to 7.
Sure.
Tuesday is 9 a.m. to 7. And it doesn't mean you're on the whole time. It's just going to do various activities during that window. Wednesday, I start later. It's 10 a.m. to 9. Thursday is 9 a.m. to 11.
Can people see how long you're on LinkedIn?
No, not that I've seen.
I didn't know if that's why you're swapping that to make it look like you're a human being. I'm just curious.
No, I didn't want like every single morning a message fires at 8 a.m. Like I don't want any red flags to LinkedIn, the police or whatever it is.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just mixing that up. I'm going to give one variation at the end that you guys can implement. Friday was 9 to 5. Saturday is 10 to 7. Sunday 11 to 4. One variation that Chris Hart did, he changed his to be more night based. And for a while, a certain drip he was running, he was getting a high response rate where a lot of people, maybe like roofers, HVACs, they weren't checking LinkedIn during the day because they were at work. And so he found that a lot of his acceptance came at night. So he wanted that to be on the top of their list. So that's something you could play with 1 or 2 nights to where you go later, like at 11, but maybe you start later, like 4 in the afternoon. My problem with that is I also want it to be congruent to my schedule. I don't want to have to be working at 11 o'clock at night responding to people. So I do have mine starting in the morning. So just know that you can tailor that and play with it. So save. Sequence templates. Okay, so now we're going to build a template. So we're going to go ahead and add a template.
Aaron, can I ask you a quick question about what we were just on?
Yep.
Does your time frame does that schedule what time your messages go out?
Yeah, your friend
So
requests, your messages, your profile views, your follows are all going to fire sometime during that span that you have open.
So if you made it like, let's say, a 1 hour or 2 hour window, would it accomplish everything you need to accomplish within that?
I don't think it would, man. I really don't, because they space it out. You'll see. I'll do a friend request. I'll watch it on the days I'm bored, and then like 8 minutes later, a second one goes. So it's going to drastically limit the numbers in the beginning. When your numbers are small, you could probably get away with it. But no, I definitely would encourage you to have it stretched out.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. And the cool thing is, like, I haven't seen that written. You'll see it on the dashboard. All of a sudden you didn't get there. You didn't get to the number. Okay, so we're going to build this out. So you're going to, I can't see yours. Give your sequence template a name. So let's call this Solar Pro. This is the cool part, guys and gals. Once you do this one time, now all you're doing is adding the template and tweaking it. Like, they're going to be up and running today. Okay, so you're going to add an action. First one's going to be send invite. Sorry, I have to go to edit on mine and not just preview. I'm going to throw it in the chat just to make it easy on you, Rebecca.
Okay, cool.
So if you click on that send invite to the right, the 3 dots, it should be an edit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, hold on a second. So send an
Send
invite,
invite on the right 3 dots.
these guys, configure action.
Yeah. And that's where you're going to paste it. Dan's a lot more techie than I am on this. I'm sure it works like that, but I want to make sure the code works. Where it says, hey, first name, highlight that and actually click on first name just to make sure there's no like formatting issues. Cool. And then save. And then change the 1 day below that on the right. We're just going to work on the right, and you're going to change that to 1 hour. This is how easy it is too. But once you have a template, guys, and it's simple. Add action, and you're going to do endorse skills. Click the configure button. Okay, you can't. So it's always going to be between 3 and 5. 2 hours later. I sent the message you're going to use there. And that's going to be a message, sorry.
Okay, good.
Okay, save. 1 hour later, another message. You guys see what we're doing, right? We're just building a drip out. I mean, I've done drips. I know Dan has for a long, long time with ClickFunnels. I mean, it's about as easy as you can get. The only thing I wish is on my ClickFunnels account, if you guys are all ClickFunnels, I could just share the whole drip with you. We actually have to build it one time, but you're going to see we're going to have it done in less than 5 minutes. Okay, so 1 hour later, a message follows, and I just sent you that.
Okay.
John, are you here?
I just can't press unmute.
Do me a favor, buddy. Go to your app and create a lead and call it Solar Pro California for me, and then give me that video link that you want to use.
Give me a sec.
Yep. Okay. Where are you at? Okay, so the next one is 3 hours later, a message. Rebecca, this one I have to break up in a couple parts because of Zoom.
No worries.
So that's the first half. And I'm telling you, anybody that knows me knows I would normally never send something like this, but it works. It's the craziest thing to me. I hate to say John's right sometimes.
You
but...
fight the long message the same way I do.
Oh my God.
I
The fact that I
hate
had to break it up into 3 parts in Zoom, like it goes against everything I believe in.
Same.
Okay, we're still not done with it though.
Okay. Is this like another like paragraph kind of thing
Yep.
where it started the second
Yeah,
time?
I'm spacing it
Okay,
down
cool.
at paragraphs.
Okay.
And then here's the last one. Ah, damn it, too long. Sorry, there's gonna be 2 more.
Quick question. On the app, do we have the what is it, career specific for Solar Pros on there?
Yeah, I think so, but I would either use mine or use the video you always like.
But the one I like still an hour long, and I want to, if it's for Solar Pros, I definitely would rather them see. It is, I think, way more effective. For
Yeah,
their
I don't know. I can work on that. Probably not today, probably tomorrow if it's not there. I like the reason I use mine on this. I know it sounds ego, and it's 21 minutes. I don't know them, and I'm trying to grab their attention. And so that video just it works for that reason. And I think I do a really good job of tailoring it to either Solar Pros or other people. But John, I will work on that. You just gotta give me a day or two to get it added.
No, no worries. I just wanted to see. So which
Grab a
one do you
placeholder for
see?
now, though, just so I can have this built for you.
I'm doing it right now. I just wanted to pick
Yeah.
one that you like.
Guys, which app are you talking about there?
Yeah, so we have a team app for solar icons, but we have opened it up to other people. It's I think it's solariconsteam.com.
If you don't mind, I'd love to join.
Yeah. 80% of the resources are free. So you can go play with it. It allows us to send videos and track it. I'll do it. In fact, go to my YouTube channel. You'll see trainings on that. Okay, so you have that, Rebecca?
Mm-hmm.
John's going to text you the link to the video. You're going to scroll up and you're going to sub in my video. I'm sorry, you're going to sub out my video and use his.
Okay. So
You should see the language from no,
is
that's
it
not it. Keep going. Right there, where it says RN, go down. It's that.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna sub in whatever he gives you real quick, and I'll wait.
Okay. John, are you gonna put it in the
Dog.
chat?
Yeah, I'm really working on it. Give me 1 sec. I'm really sorry, guys.
Okay,
I'm
no worries.
trying
I
do
just
it
want to
all
make
in one
sure.
place. Well,
Rebecca, we can come back to that too because we know where it is. So click save,
All right.
and then 1 day later, you're gonna like a post.
Aaron, what do you name your 15-minute or 20-minute one? What's it called, please? There's just too many resources to go through, and I don't want to put an hour-long one on there. Can you hear me?
Power Solar Explained, solar icons. It's under seller recruiting.
Hold up
Power
1 second.
Solar Explained. 1 day later,
Okay.
it's
I
like
just
a
wanna make sure.
post.
Unfortunately, my audio cut out, so I didn't hear what you said. What's
It's
it called?
Power Solar Explained. And it's
Hold up.
it's the first one under seller recruiting solar icons.
Seller recruiting, solar icons, power solar explained.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Add an action 1 day later, follow.
And you just need the actual link, right?
Yes. And hopefully you called it California Solar Pro or something.
I did.
Yep.
I did.
Okay, Rebecca, over on the left-hand column,
Yeah.
change that from 1 day to 2 days. And the action is going to be follow.
Okay.
Add a step 3 days later. View profile.
I've texted you the link, Rebecca.
And then do 10
Oh.
days, 10 days later.
Can you put it in the chat for me, please? It's too complicated to
Yes.
try and get my. Thank you so
No
much. I
worries.
appreciate it.
Of course.
Sorry, Aaron. Is after view profile 1
And then,
day?
1 day, and then add action was do this is view profile. I think that was it. You're gonna push end.
Okay.
It's in the chat.
Thank you.
What does
So
that, what does it
there's
say?
it says choose your preferred condition. Wait until an invite is accepted. Stop processing if an invite is not accepted yet. Withdraw requests if not
Wait.
accepted yet.
We're gonna wait.
Okay.
Okay, so now grab his link. Let's edit that
Cool.
video. So guys, obviously we had to wait for John. No stab on that. I want to show you, but that was less than 5 minutes to build out a drip. Like I actually thought it was gonna take longer. Like that is how freaking dope this is. So I think that was, yeah, it was that one. So you're gonna find, it looks like rapid, yeah, that one. Cool. Save. Save. Okay, and then there should be a save button somewhere on here.
Sorry. Let
Zoom out
me.
again.
Oops.
Like
no.
zoom the other way. Yeah.
There's no
That's weird.
save, but there's like an end thing
Okay, push that.
on the side. End sequence.
Yeah.
That's it. Let me see. Hold on a second. Yeah, I have no idea now where to go. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna make this smaller. There we go. Okay, now I can see the whole screen.
Okay, so up, yeah, save template.
Oh, sorry.
Cool.
Save template. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So now, so guys, her template's built. Like we're gonna build those out. I'm not gonna do it with her now, but she can build one for, you know, Oregon, for Texas, wherever, and we can start to change some language. John and Rebecca, I would challenge you to leave this template the way it is, so that you guys now have a baseline. Your next one, don't change the sequence, but change, like, is that intro a little bit longer? Put John's flair on it. Start to build those, because then we can compare apples to apples. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate the feedback. So what we're gonna do now is you're gonna go to campaigns.
Okay.
Over on the left-hand side,
Campaign.
add a campaign. Have you, can you open up another window to Sales Navigator?
Yeah. Actually, I think I have it open. Hang on a second.
I think this is, once again, I appreciate you guys and gals staying on. I know it's somewhat techie. This is going to be really cool. So he's logged in.
Yeah, it's his account.
Okay.
Yeah.
But by the way, I'll say this too. I did try to cheat the system a little bit. I thought if I had Sales Navigator, I could pull the leads for each of you and send it. It doesn't work that way. They caught on to it, and it's like blocked because it's branded to you. So I did try that in case someone else is trying to get creative. They will not work. So you're going to click on save leads and accounts. Search for, so type in solar professionals.
Okay. I'm assuming
Just search.
LA United.
Just
Okay,
search. I just want to,
that's-
it's supposed to get us to another screen that we get more granular.
This is what happens when I hit
It's
enter.
making you select one.
Yes.
So type, do the middle one.
Okay. So that's now here.
Okay, so click on Sales Navigator at the top.
Okay.
It's not looking the same as my homepage.
It doesn't do anything.
Type in leads, search leads, save your leads and accounts. See, it's making us do 3 steps. So it's trying to have you search for 3 things. Type in real estate agents.
Okay.
I think that's what it wants. It's the default thing you do the first time. Just pick one.
Okay. I have no idea. Hold on. Hold on, let's see. Okay, wait, there's a
Push
next
next.
button.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Yep.
Go to search results.
Sure. Yeah. And then here, the other cool thing is too, once you do it one time, you can save it. So now you're going to be, so let's search keywords. Let's do solar professionals. Click on one. Bear with me, guys. I promise you it's gonna be worth it. Okay, now we should have something. Mine says where it's like lead filters. Click people.
Hold on. Here.
Edit filters on the right.
Hold on, I gotta make this window smaller because I can't see the whole thing, so. Okay, so.
That's not right. Close that.
mm,
There you go. Lead filters at the
Aaron.
top where the search bar
Yep.
is.
Here we go.
Okay. So what I have right now, so company, current company,
Mhm.
click on that. And there should be a way to exclude.
Okay,
Do you see an exclude button? Yeah. Okay. So you're going to type in power, comma, PBC. All I'm doing here, guys and gals, I don't want to add Jordan to it. Still happens. You're going to get someone saying, hey, Aaron, why you send this to me? I'm already with power. And I'm like, dude, add power to your LinkedIn. I don't say that to them, but this is like one of those fits. So you're going to click exclude on that.
mhm,
I would exclude any of those power names. So then type in power.
okay,
I have power solar workforce as one of mine. Exclude the next one, do power again. Okay, so that should be it for that.
okay,
The next one I have is geography.
mhm,
You're gonna do California.
okay. Oh,
Wait till you guys see
include or
this.
exclude?
Include.
Alright.
Okay. Industry. I have solar electric power.
This
Yeah.
one,
Include.
include,
Yep. Okay. You're now going to click. Do you see a save button? Not for the individual, but like for the. Click the
I do
save button
not.
on the top middle.
This
Hopefully that
one?
doesn't back us out.
There's one on the bottom right.
Where? Ah, it did.
Just got covered right there. Is that right?
These
No, that's
guys?
gonna be like save a person.
Yeah,
You could be too zoomed in. I can't see it on mine. Anyway, let's try this. So click on.
it's
Oh,
save
so-
new search, yeah?
So type
Okay.
in California Solar Pro. Cool. So here's how easy this program is. So how many leads total? 3.5 thousand, it looks like.
Yeah,
So you're gonna
Plus,
grab the URL here. Once you set this up one time, it's done. So grab the URL.
okay, hang on.
Copy it. Go back to
Okay.
Dripify. You're gonna add leads. Name it. So you want to get specific here. You remember that you were building this out in multiple states. So type in California
Mhm.
Solar Pro. Paste it.
And this,
Give it a second. You can see how it's like processing. It takes like 10 seconds.
yeah,
Okay, so that sales navigator is not for John. Choose a contract.
mhm. No.
Are you sure that's John's and not yours?
Yeah, because I didn't do one. I even specifically logged in for him.
And then
I don't know how to-
Dripify is John's for sure. It has the same email you have here for Dripify for
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah. It says, yeah, it's the same.
I can't read it because it's so you have to tell me. It says,
Yeah,
what does it say though on the air?
John's LinkedIn, it says that, hold on, let's see.
Repaste
It's
it.
well now it's okay.
Sales, select the sales navigator, recruiter contract you use to make this search.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
Okay, we'll have to message them.
Okay.
Either
Okay.
way, so now essentially this is, so it's saying LinkedIn contract mismatch. This is what happened when I tried to
Yeah.
use mine for Chris's. Something,
Okay.
I'm guessing an email is off either on the Dripify. It's not the same one he has for LinkedIn. It could be an older one he used for real estate. I don't know.
That is actually probably the issue.
Okay. So
Because
you
he
guys can
uses an
fix
old
that
email
part.
for LinkedIn.
So
Yeah.
what you're
Okay.
going to do is, just so people can see it,
Yeah.
close that out. Once they add the leads, it's going to come back up and it's going to say, how many do you want? You're going to select all. It's going to add them. It's
Mhm.
going to say, do you want to create a drip or do you want to add your template? You're going to go to the saved one and you're going to say start.
Okay.
And that is it. We are kind of stuck until that happens.
Yeah. I don't know how to fix this right here.
So
Rebecca,
Yeah.
I had notifications that came in when you ordered everything to
Right.
johnbobness@gmail.com. So I don't
Okay.
know if that is part of it or even johnbobness@aim.com. Don't make fun of me, Aaron.
Yeah, I think they're all coming to like whatever email you set up your original LinkedIn with, and I don't have those emails, so
I would say it's probably AIM, but I don't know.
okay. So we can figure this out later, but yeah, we'll
All right,
sort
cool.
it out.
okay, cool. What questions, comments, takeaways? So by the way, I want to be crystal, they're probably 30 seconds away from it actually like firing. And so, which is really, really neat. From there, what they'll do is we're going to go duplicate it. They'll go to the saved search. They're going to take out California. This is how easy it gets. I would not do it. It wasn't easy. They're going to take out California. They're going to sub in Oregon, Washington. They click save. They save that as Washington Solar Pros. So now I only do it like once a week. I'll go in and grab the save search. Like once you do it once, you'll never do it again. You'll grab that link. They'll go create a new lead place. They'll add it. They'll add the same template. They could change a few things with ChatGPT, and that is it. That thing is running. Questions, comments? You guys are easy. I know we went a little bit extra, but I wanted to make sure we could at least build one just to show you. Really, really simple. Nobody has questions or comments?
The automation is phenomenal.
Sweet. Yeah, it's been incredible. I mean, I literally I don't know the exact number, Denise, but I think you'll appreciate this. I probably have one a month, maybe two, where that long email just fired because I didn't feel like doing what I was supposed to do. And all of a sudden I got an email saying you have a new person on your team. Like, I've never been in an opportunity where that could even happen without having a conversation. Like, stupid. You won't have results like if you actually do what John said or you guys do and actually pick up the phone. Like I just had one, a person messaged me. A couple other things too I would do. Sorry, why I have you is let me share my screen real quick. This is really important. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah. Okay. Go to your LinkedIn, and I have taught on this. There's a YouTube video if you want it. You're going to want to click on your profile. For many of us, you haven't updated this at all. I would, especially if you're going to do this, I would have it be power centric, like 100%. Even if you have other vehicles, other venues, try to have it solar, renewable energy, something. Not saying you got to use that link everywhere, but at least for this to work, because people do click on it. The recruit I signed today, I thought came from the drip. He actually saw my profile and he just joined. He's a solar pro in Washington, DC. I am not creative, as many of you guys know. So what I did was, let me stop recording. This will get really embarrassing.